Hey guys, welcome to our channel, The Happily Ever After 4. I'm Janae, this is John, and we can't wait to be able to talk to you about the D23 Expo and all the really cool things that they announced this weekend. It's a favorite time of year for us because of all the cool stuff coming out. If you like this video and if you like some of the things we're talking about, please take a chance to hit that like button and please subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you to all of those who have subscribed and supported us. We love doing this and sharing all these things with you, and we hope that you enjoy it as well.
I'm excited for today.
I know.
I like these kind of conversations.
Yeah, and I really like the Disney or D23 because you get to hear about everything that's going to happen, and it helps us a little bit choose what vacations we want to take.
Yeah.
So
based off of the information we've kind of not changing, but I've already talked about.
Reevaluated a little bit of the plan.
We're going to do next year.
So D23 was this weekend, and they divided up into different categories. They talk about movies, they talk about merchandise, they talk about a lot of different things, and today we want to talk specifically about the parks and those tourist destinations and all the fun stuff that is coming.
And stuff that's coming back.
Yes, and stuff that's coming back. They made a lot of announcements about that, which was exciting to hear.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's get started.
All right, let's do it.
Disneyland. Let's start with Disneyland.
Okay.
So they talked about a few different things. What was one of the things that you talked about?
Well, the three biggest announcements I think for Disneyland was they talked about a reimagined Toontown.
That's right.
Disneyland Hotel that they're going to be adding to, and then Downtown Disney. So Toontown. Okay, so we know that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, I'm pretty sure I said that right,
That's a tongue twister.
is coming out. And it was supposed to be done sooner than what it is going to be, but with COVID and everything, it kind of got...
So much got pushed back.
And so I believe, I can't remember if they announced it or not, but I want to say 2023 is when that's going to open, because the new imagined area for Toontown they said was coming in 2023. So it makes sense that
they would just like debut it all at one
that
time.
it comes out at one time. So unfortunately they took down the big sign at the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway sign that said what big building? That's gone because it looks like they're starting to put the hills back up there to kind of hide, which would hide the building anyways. So then they're gonna have some new play areas for younger children, and they said some grassy area too. Like there's a artist rendering of it, and so from what you can tell, it looks cool. Again, when it comes to those type of artist visions that they do, it typically changes by the time the final project comes because they get into money and into changes and stuff like that.
Lots of different things.
Yeah, and so it'll look pretty cool. That back needed some change to it.
It's just so dated.
It is.
The biggest main attraction is Roger Rabbit,
which our kids won't go on anymore.
I won't go on it anymore. I think it's anyway.
I remember when that came out, I remember as a kid we would wait over an hour to ride that ride. And I don't think I would wait 15 minutes to ride that ride.
I don't think we ever have. It takes longer to walk through the queue than it does. That's what the wait time is.
But I think it gets forgotten back there.
It's true, it does.
But with the new ride coming, that place is gonna be.
It's gonna be packed.
It is gonna be packed.
And maybe that's why they decided to bring in those grassy areas. I kind of envision it kind of like what they've done with the Hub, at Disneyland and the Hub at Walt Disney World. Just kind of created some grass areas, and they didn't use real grass, like a really high-end turf, which is better for maintenance for sure, which would be great for families, especially when you want to be there, and hopefully they bring some shade. Toontown gets crazy hot, and you're with your kids, and I feel like whenever we're there, we always get really irritable because it's just hot.
So that would be pretty cool. And so the Disneyland Hotel, now this is, I don't honestly know what's going on because there was originally they were going to close that back of the area and build something, and then for whatever reason, I can't remember, it got scrapped. And then there was...
They were fighting the city.
It had something to do with the city, and then there was the DVC tower that they were going to put in, but then now they have this thing, and so I don't know if part of this is DVC or not, but they have a picture of it. It looks similar to the Disneyland Hotel, but it looks nicer because it's more updated. So it'll be interesting what more comes from that, as well as that same area back there by it that has the ESPN zone and what is that? Rainforest Cafe and the movie theater where Earl is. Like, all of that's going to be redone. So I imagine part of that's going to have the hotel, and then part of it's going to be like built up into it. You know what I mean? Like, so it
and they
goes
also
together.
They also talked about how they were going to bring a lot more shops and a lot more
eating
places into that area. And for those of you that have been there, you know, on that section, the things that we just mentioned are pretty much the only things over there. And right now, the only thing open is Earl. And so,
well, they turned the Rainforest Cafe into some Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that's
store,
true.
but that's it until you get to over by where the monorail is, and it has a Lego store and so that stuff will stay. Yeah, they might do some stuff to the outside of it to kind of.
I think they're gonna make that end look a little bit more like the other end. So along with Disneyland and all those things that they announced that are coming new, they also announced the return of some of the shows, the classic ones that we love, and that is Fantasmic.
Yeah, that's exciting. And World of Color.
And World of Color. World of Color is my favorite.
Fantasmic's my favorite.
Both are amazing shows. I am so excited for that.
Too bad it wasn't in time for our next trip.
I know, for New Year's, because almost all of our traditions for New Year's at Disneyland center around those shows.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to figure that out this year. Yeah. But super exciting that they're coming back. Yeah. And also something that's coming back is the Main Street Electrical Light Parade, which will be celebrating its 50th anniversary. It is a cool parade. I like Paint the Night better.
It was a cool parade 50 years ago.
It was a pretty stinking cool one.
It's a nostalgia thing.
I think it's more of a nostalgic thing.
Because I would rather see
Paint the Night.
Paint the Night.
Paint the Night's pretty cool.
Is it called Paint the Night? Paint the Night.
Yeah. But the Main Street Electrical Light Parade is
50
really
years
cool
though. That's a long time.
Yeah, for a parade, that's freaking awesome.
It's the same age as Disney World.
It's true.
Or Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom. So that will be returning next year, as well as some of the other parades, which they're going to continue having cavalcades too.
Yep.
So
the last thing we're going to talk about as far as Disneyland goes is not too long ago they announced that there was going to be a Magic Band Plus and a Hey Disney partnership with Amazon Echoes and stuff. Anyways, they announced that it's going to be coming to Disneyland next year as well. So they're going to explain more about the Disney Magic Band Plus later, but it should be pretty cool because Magic Bands are cool, and this is an upgrade from that.
So if you plus something that's already cool, it's naturally just going to be cooler.
Yeah, that's why Disney Plus is so cool.
That's what I'm hoping for, anyway.
And so the Hey Disney thing that looks
really
pretty cool.
That sounds really cool.
So essentially, they're going to roll them out into the Disneyland and Disney World Resort hotels. And it's basically like an Amazon Alexa, which we have a couple and we like it. So they'll be in the rooms, and you can ask. I'm sure it'll do tons of things, but I think one of the cool things it'll do is you can ask Alexa, or Hey Disney. Sorry, that's what I'm used to saying. But Hey Disney, what time is the 3:00 Festival of the Fantasy? I'm joking because that's one of the things that cast members. It's like a joke.
Yeah, people ask cast members that, and they're like,
"What time do the 9:00 fireworks start?" 9:00. But what you can do is you can ask, what are the park hours for Animal Kingdom today? And they'll give you the park hours. Or what time does the Festival of Fantasy parade start? And they can give you that time. So instead of having to look things up or call the front desk, or you can help plan your day around being at the resort before you even go into the park.
Yeah,
so that's going to be really
it's
cool.
Just super readily available information. So obviously there's Walt Disney World as well, and they talked about a lot of new things coming next year. A lot of them centered around Epcot, which makes sense because Epcot is undergoing most of the construction right now.
Oh, especially in Future World.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting a huge overhaul. And we've known about for a long time the main entrance changing, the way they do security changing. We saw a lot of that when we were there in February this year. They're
I like
still
the
working
new
on
front
that.
of it.
I
With
do
the
too.
fountain and the flags.
And that wall of remembrance. They
Uh-huh.
changed that from those weird pillar things that they had before. So those are all looking really cool right now. But they talked about that in conjunction with all of that, they're going to have a section up in that area called Dreamer's Point, and there's going to be a new statue, a cast bronze statue, similar to what we see in the hub at Disneyland, but it's going to be a Walt Disney statue. It looks really cool. It's like he's just sitting on the stairs thinking.
Yeah, like the
yeah.
guy, whatever that is, but it's him just on the steps.
Which I think is kind of cool because, I mean, Epcot, what it stands for, what the purpose of it and everything is just really embodied in that new statue. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yep. And so then they also announced there used to be behind Spaceship Earth, if you're coming into the to the park, they had on the left hand side they had a counter service called the electric umbrella, which in all the years we've gone, did we eat there once?
I think we ate there once.
And I don't think we cared for
There was
it.
nothing spectacular there. It was just your standard burger and fries.
So
Which I
it's
guess
being
sometimes-
reimagined because that whole center there is.
Oh, it's getting huge.
And so there's a new counter that's taking over it called Connections Cafe and Eatery. All right, and so there's no menu or anything, but I'm excited to see what it is because
we're a huge fan of the dining. I guess you could call us Disney foodies, not like real foodies, but Disney for sure. And so I am definitely going to be watching for that new menu next time we go. I definitely want to check it out.
Because I bet you, I hope it's really good because they changed the American Pavilion. It's the Regal Eagle.
Yeah.
Something
That
barbecue
was
place.
a good move.
That place is really good.
It's really good.
The last thing that they announced for Epcot is they announced an opening date for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and it opens up summer of 2022.
Yeah.
And
that's going to be pretty cool.
That looks awesome. One, the building is...
It's ginormous.
It's one
huge.
of the biggest buildings there, so it's got to be cool, like the roller coaster. And they've shown what the roller coaster looks like. What do you call them? The
cars?
The cars, but they like rotate around 360, and there's going to be things all up like on the... It's going to be pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Guardians. I actually really like the Guardians of the Galaxy ride that they reimagined.
The Tower of Terror that they reimagined. I think they did a good job. I don't like that ride, but I like how they incorporated Guardians.
Oh, me and Abby had so much fun on it last time. They just have like the music blaring and you're just going, that's way cool.
It's good. So I think that's going to be good, especially when you think about all the new technology that they put into Rise of the Resistance, Ratatouille, all those different things. Like, it's got to be amazing, right?
Yeah.
So that's opening summer 2022. And because that was announced and because Tron wasn't announced, I'm pretty sure Tron is a no-go for 2022.
Yeah, so
it's been under construction for a while.
they released a new picture update type thing of it, and if you've ever seen the Tron ride that they have in Shanghai, like it looks really cool, and I'm excited to ride it.
It does look cool.
But they didn't give a date, and since they didn't give a date, I don't think there's a chance that it opens up next year. So it's probably it's going to be pushed back to 2023.
And that's going to be a huge e-ticket ride.
Yeah.
Like it's
yeah.
So unfortunately we'll have to wait a little longer, but we had to wait 5 years for Pandora and it was worth it. So
and they did give another not sneak peek, but they showed the new railroad engine.
The new engine for the railroad.
What did I tell you when I saw it?
It looks the same as it did before.
I couldn't tell you. It looks the same. It'll be nice once it's reopened at Magic Kingdom.
To have it again, yeah.
It's been closed for so long.
I'm sure it is a new vision and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
But maybe we're just not familiar enough to know the difference.
Well, when we do ride it, I don't look at the engine. Like,
It's true, we don't.
it's up in the front, and we just get on.
In fact, on
ride and
purpose,
so-
we go to the back of it so
'Cause
that
there's
there's
less
less people.
So-
And so we never see the
Yeah.
actual engine.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh well.
Similar to Disneyland, they're also bringing some shows back to Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom. We'll get the Festival Fantasy Parade again, which is exciting. I really like that parade. I think it's one of the better parades that they have.
Yeah.
So that's exciting to have that. And again, they're also going to continue their cavalcades. They are also returning Fantasmic to Hollywood Studios. They talked a little bit about reimagining some of the sequences, so I think it's going to be like a new and improved.
Well, we've known from aero photos that I've seen online and stuff, during the time it's been closed, they've been working on it.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
just been sitting there.
hopefully they make it more like the Disneyland one, because the Disneyland Fantasmic hands
down is better.
ridiculously better.
Yeah, it really is. So yeah, hopefully they kind of revamp that and make it a little bit better. And then also there's a new show coming to Cinderella's Castle in Magic Kingdom, and it's called Mickey's Friendship Fantasy Fair. And I think it's going to be similar to some of the shows that they've had at the castle in the past. New storyline, similar characters, but still equally fun.
Pretty cool.
You know, just the fact that they're going to be bringing shows back is going to be exciting. So that's going to be something to look forward to as well. Animal Kingdom's getting some shows back as well. One of your favorite shows at Disney World in and of itself, as a whole, is Finding Nemo.
Oh, I love the Finding Nemo.
It's a really cool show.
Yeah.
It's high quality. Obviously, they took it away, or they closed it because of COVID and everything like that, and that's going to be coming back, but it's going to be coming back reimagined.
Yep. And so it's going to be called Finding Nemo, The Big Blue, and Beyond. That's supposed to take place during the Finding Dory
like timeline.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit different, which I'm just going to have to watch it and then be able to have an opinion about it, because right now I want to say, no, don't change it. It's so cool.
Oh, I know, it is so cool.
But oftentimes when they change it for the better.
Well,
Yes,
I think what I liked about Finding Nemo, the musical, so much was the music.
The music was
really awesome, and the music was written by the couple that wrote Let It Go.
And a lot of the
Frozen soundtrack. So they wrote that, which was really good. So my guess is that they're probably writing the music for that.
They're involved in the new music. So yeah, then it should be pretty good.
Yeah. So that's coming next year as well, in 2022. We'll definitely be looking forward to seeing it.
And we will share our opinion about it.
As long as they still have the seagulls at the end. Bye. 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 One of my favorite things in life is Star Wars. And so they did some, well, first off, they revealed the lightsaber.
Oh yeah.
The lightsaber is real. It's
cool.
It's real. It's not going to be cutting through things, but it's a handle, and you flip it and it rises up. It doesn't just illuminate
something that already exists. Yeah,
so
that's cool.
So the lightsaber is real. And they talked about the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, which opens next year. That, I think, is now, I don't know if I'll ever get to do it, but it's on my
your
bucket list. Yeah. Anyways, so they showed a couple of things from that. One, they showed an area where you can do lightsaber practice. So, I mean, somewhat similar, like in the movies where they had the ball that floats and it shoots, and there's no ball that floats.
No.
I wish I knew the name of that thing. I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, but on the wall they shoot like these laser beams that just go out, and then you move your lightsaber, and when you hit it, it makes the sound, and then it just does another one. So that looks pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, which I'm guessing at some point you're able to use one when you're on the...
Yeah, they've got to. If they're going to incorporate it there, I mean, they're going to keep it going.
Because the lightsaber is real.
Yeah.
I can say that now. It's real. So then the other thing is they showed a video of Josh Tomorrow going up to the bridge, and it was way cool. Like, so it has like the windows, and you're looking out into space, and you have the control panels, and it showed them shooting at ships, like blowing up. So one person like moves the toggle that aims, and the other person fires, and so it was blowing up the TIE fighters, which was way cool. And then at the end, light speed.
It's pretty cool.
He pulled down the thing,
lever,
and then it just, but then it cut out.
Yeah, I know.
So you couldn't see. I was like, no.
It's very reminiscent to Smuggler's Run for those that have gone on that ride.
No.
I think it's reminiscent of it because you can do some similar concepts.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It's cooler and much more bigger scale, but it's a similar concept.
But you don't go to Lightspeed.
Yeah, you do.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I was thinking more of.
But see,
Star
but on
Tours.
Smuggler's Run, they like light up this button, do this. So they kind of
Yeah.
like tell you what to do.
Well, I'm sure
I
they
think,
tell you what to do.
Well, yeah, but I think in this experience, it's a lot more driven by you and what you want to do instead of here, do it this way, our way, that's predetermined. So anyway.
Oh, but that man,
that's gonna be really cool.
It's expensive.
It's gonna be very expensive, and there have been a lot of complaints about the price. But the one thing I've learned with Disney is that if you're gonna pay that much, then they're gonna deliver.
Oh, it's got to be one of the coolest things you would ever do.
Yeah.
And I would enjoy it so much, and Cal would enjoy it so much, and I think you would enjoy it a lot.
I would enjoy it. Not so much Abby.
Abby's not gonna enjoy it.
She might enjoy it in the moment, but like leading up to it, she would complain a lot. I don't want to do this. I don't like Star Wars. As she's wearing her Darth Vader shirt. She's touch and go.
Anyways.
So aside from the parks, something that we love to do is cruise. We
Which
love to cruise. We haven't done it in a while, and I think
we're doing it next year.
We're doing it next year. I think we are.
Yep.
And so that's exciting for us, and I can't wait to be able to do that and show you all of the awesome stuff that Disney cruises have. I've cruised with other cruise lines.
I haven't.
You're kind of a Disney snob.
I haven't.
You're a Disney snob. And I can say that Disney cruises are
more expensive.
They are more expensive, but they're more expensive for a reason. They do have some things that make it a little bit better than some of the other cruise lines. So that's going to be exciting. And with things, changing and coming back to normal, they've brought cruises back, and they did make some announcements for upcoming changes.
Yeah. So on the new vessel, the new ship, the Disney Wish, which makes its maiden voyage the next summer. I forget the dates. They announced the 2 new shows that they're going to have. So the first one is Disney Seas the Adventure. And so they talked about how something about follow Goofy along as he learns his captain ways with Captain Minnie. And I mean, it sounds. You're gonna
have the Fab Five. You're gonna have
other characters from Pixar and stuff like that. But just like any of the shows on Disney cruises, they're fantastic. Yeah. So
high quality, and so that will be fun.
No doubt that it's gonna be good, even though we don't know much about it. So that will be really cool. And then she's excited because they're going to do a show, The Little Mermaid. And Broadway style. I've actually seen The Little Mermaid on Broadway.
I know.
I didn't choose it.
I know.
But it was fine.
You've done a lot of stuff that I want to do and hated.
So they're going to do that. And we've seen Toy Story the musical on there. We've seen Aladdin the musical. I'm trying to think. I feel like I've seen...
I think we saw Aladdin more than once. The Aladdin on the cruise ship was very similar in quality and presentation to the Aladdin that they had at the Hyperion Theater in California Adventure. And right now they have Frozen. So, I mean, to give you an idea of the caliber of
I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting on how they do it.
Yeah. Because the only thing I have to reference is that lame show that they had.
No. But I'm talking about, actually, her swimming.
I know what I'm saying. The only thing I can think of that Disney has done in parks with Little Mermaid is the lame show in Hollywood Studios. And so to envision something super cool, I'm excited.
It should be cool. I don't know when we'll ever go on the Wish.
We will eventually. We will eventually. So obviously for us, we live in the United States. The United States parks are the ones that we go to most. On your bucket list are probably the ones across the world, although you definitely have your hierarchy of
Oh,
ones that you
yeah.
like better. But they did make a bunch of announcements to things coming to all of those. Next year, Disneyland Paris is going to be celebrating its 30th anniversary.
Yep.
And so they have the whole thing planned for there.
Yeah, they're bringing back their nighttime fireworks, Disney Illuminations. Obviously, we've never seen these.
Yeah.
And then there's a parade that's coming back as well called Disney Stars of Parade.
That's right. And they're going to be opening an Avengers campus there as well. It's going to go kind of in tandem with the
Disney New York Hotel, The Art of Marvel, I think it's called that.
Yeah, so that's going to be going on in conjunction there.
I'm sure it's great, but of all those parks, it's like at the bottom of the one that I want to
It's
go.
like at the top of mine.
That's because you want to go to Paris, as not as much Paris. Disneyland. Anyways.
Paris. Anyway, so.
Yeah, Paris.
All right. They also made some announcements for Disney.
Well, they've already announced these.
So I guess they just recap.
They just talked about the upgrade, like the what's going on with them. So they showed footage of where at Hong Kong they have the Frozen themed area coming up. So they didn't give any dates for when they were going to open, but
that's coming.
But that's coming, and then Shanghai is going to be celebrating its 5th anniversary.
It's all about the anniversaries.
All about the anniversaries. The year of a million surprises or magical surprises or something like that.
I just don't think they should be giving Shanghai more money.
Anyways, they're going to be opening a Zootopia
That does sound cool.
land as
I'm
well.
a little jealous.
A lot of people want them to open a Zootopia land to Animal Kingdom area.
I think that would be cool.
I think it would work.
I think it would be better than the Disneyland or Dinosaur USA.
Well, they took out that other ride there. It's gone.
Yeah.
They demolished it.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah. So that's that. And then finally Tokyo, which is on my list of all the parks to go to outside of the US. That's my number one that I want to go to. They're opening an area at Disney Seas, which again, I've heard is of any area park. It's the best looking area of a park, or I should say park resort area.
Yeah, I've
Disney
heard that
Seas.
it is.
It's pretty cool.
Sick.
So they're opening up a land called Fantasy Springs. Again, I don't know much about exactly what it is.
Obviously, more details are forthcoming
Yeah.
on all of those things, but definitely some exciting things for Disney around the world.
Yep.
So D23 Expo is officially over, and that is what they announced as far as parks go across the world and other tourist destinations.
A lot of cool stuff.
We are super excited to be able to check those out. I'm excited that a lot of the things that they announced are for 2022 and not things that are like 4 years ahead, and so we can really be able to experience some of those things a lot more quickly. And with that, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to what we have to say about things that probably aren't that important in the scheme of life, but we freaking
It is
love
important
it.
to us.
So, yeah, thanks for joining in.
So hit that like button if you liked it. Please subscribe if you haven't already.
We appreciate all your support, and we just can't wait to be able to share more Disney things with you.
Yep.
So until then, bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.